everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Mrs. Carlson.
Hey, I had to drink water. Hello everyone, welcome to Cooking with Mrs. Carlson.
Today we're going to show you how to make a really simple dessert that tastes pretty delicious. We didn't have any packaged pudding mixes and we needed some pudding.
So we're making pudding.
So we're going to make chocolate pudding.
Ooh.
I know, pretty delicious. And pudding is actually pretty easy to make. We make butterscotch pudding a lot.
Does pudding have eggs?
Some pudding does. We're going to do this pudding without eggs this time. All you're going to need for this is a cup of sugar, a half of a cup of cocoa, a quarter of a cup of cornstarch, half of a teaspoon of salt, 4 cups of milk, 2 tablespoons of butter, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. This goes together very quickly. You can have this done in less than 5 minutes. Okay, so we're going to put our 1 cup of sugar in our saucepan, and we'll add our half of a cup of cocoa. So yeah, pudding is definitely something that's pretty easy to make. Don't be intimidated by it. It's not too difficult at all. You need half of a teaspoon of salt here, and we need a quarter of a cup of cornstarch. All we're going to do is whisk these ingredients together, and then we're going to kind of slowly stir in our milk. Okay. The cornstarch is what's going to be used as our thickening agent. That's why we're not going to need milk for this one. My butterscotch pudding that we'll do a little bit later does use eggs. So there are a couple of different ways that you can make your own homemade pudding. What you want to do is just kind of whisk these ingredients together before you add any of your liquid into this. That will help prevent some kind of a gritty tasting that you might get sometimes with the sugar. Alright, whisk together pretty well. Then we are going to measure out 4 cups of milk. You want your milk to be cold when you put this in, really cold. Alright, so, and we'll gradually whisk this in and then turn our stovetop on. This has got to boil for about 2 minutes. But really that's all there is to making this. You mix these ingredients together, boil it on the stove, and then let it chill, and you've got yourself some homemade pudding. You will want to stir this the entire time. That's 2 cups of our milk. We need 2 more. I like to make pudding a lot too if I have some milk that is going to expire soon, and I know we're not going to drink it. We use it up pretty well. Alright, so there's our 4 cups of milk. I'm just going to continue whisking this and stirring this and let it boil for 2 minutes. We've let our pudding boil for about 2 minutes. It is thickening up. What we're going to do now is add in our 2 tablespoons of butter and our 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So, 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then all we're going to do is stir this up and let this chill in the refrigerator. And it'll thicken up a little bit more in the refrigerator as it cools as well. This would be really good on a pie. You can make chocolate pie out of this. We're going to use some of this pudding for our chocolate pudding cake. Or you could just dump this in bowls, put some whipped cream on top of it, and eat it just eat some plain chocolate pudding. Alright, so that is all there is to making your own chocolate pudding. Thanks for joining us.